1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so first practice has begun. On track now on the big screens. 3 minutes just to check that the sims are all in working order. Make sure everybody's comfortable. And then we'll head straight into the 15-minute qualifying session. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are now live on YouTube as well. So welcome back to the Teleios Dome for round 2 of season 2 of the virtual Grand Prix. Today we are at the Chinese Grand Prix, ready ahead of this weekend's race. We've got 17 drivers on the grid today, again split into 2 groups. In Group A, qualifying now. We have Arthur Zidonka. Issa Al-Hamadi, Neil, Kuda, Mansour, Kareem, Andre, and Mohammed on the first group. You're going to see a lot of people make mistakes early on in these sessions, especially in the practice and the qualifying. This track can be a very, very tricky one. So straight into the 15 minutes then. Okay, so your 15 minutes begins then. Andre Fish, Mansour, Arthur, Essa, Emil, Kuda, and Mohammed. You can see the cars, a nice new addition to the leaderboards. You can see the cars that people are driving today. Last week was an absolute Ferrari fest. Still a little bit of a Ferrari fest today, but at least we got 2 McLarens and a Mercedes out there as well. I think I also saw on the list, probably in session 2, some Visa Cash App Red Bulls. Racing Bulls, sorry. Changed their names so many times, it's hard to keep track. These days, we'll just call them Visa Cash App Racing Bulls Toro Rosso Alpha Tauri for now. So who's going to take first honours here at China then? All currently on their outlap going down the back straight. Remember, DRS is an active feature this year. So season 2, we've made some changes across the years. Started the VGP last time out, 2024. No DRS, everyone in equal performing cars and just pure racing for position. And then this year we have DRS added. We're adding the sprint race feature, which launches tonight. We are featuring the sprint race, 6 sprint races in a year out of the 24 rounds. China being the first one this weekend. We would, of course, we do the watch parties here at the Teleios Dome. We would show the sprint race, but this one is a little bit early. But definitely some of the others will be shown later in the year. We are showing the Chinese Grand Prix this weekend. It starts at 11 AM. Doors will open at 10:30. If you want to book in, let the girls at reception know. Or give us a text if you're watching online. Go to the website, grab the number and give us a call. Kareem then. Kareem Zahor to the top of the times first with a 1:48.7. We were seeing mid to high 30s in practice earlier before the day kicked off. So expect these times to drop rapidly throughout this session. This is the time for people to learn as well, because Group B are currently waiting for their time to qualify. And they can see not only the main screen, and there we can see straight down to pole position then. Arthur Dodonka, 1:36.2. That's a quick lap time actually for his second time out there on track. Straight to the top. Kareem only 1/10 behind. Emil a bit further back, currently in 3rd place with Andre Fish in 4th. Essa currently in 5th with Mohammed 6th. Mansour 7th and Kuda 8th. Remember, with this amount of people, the groups get split into 2. So for those watching at home that aren't familiar with the format, you will have another qualifying group go out. All the lap times will be compiled in fastest to slowest order, and then they'll be split into 2 race groups. You'll have the bottom half, Group B. They will complete their sprint race and main race. It's 3 laps followed by 11 laps. A little bit of a shorter race than last week, but that is because the track is longer. Last week, the average lap time was between 1 minute 18 seconds and 1 minute 20 seconds. So the race ended up being 14 laps in total. This week, the average lap time is around 136 to 140. So the main race is only 11 laps, but it's around the same amount of time because of how much longer the circuit is. But of course, they get the bonus 3-lap sprint race anyway. So they're going to do 14 laps in total of this long, tricky circuit as Artur Dodonka goes fastest yet again with a 136.1. Karim Zuhur 2 tenths back with a 136.3. Emil trying to find the time, breaking into the 39s. Probably a few of the other drivers going off as we see Kuda take a very nice line there into the final turn and shoots to the top. Kuda V then, a new sim racer, gets a 36.0. Okay, yeah, so Kuda then, very, very quick time. I wonder if he's been practicing at home, because it was Kuda's debut sim race with us just a couple of weeks back when we did our first endurance race. We did 3 hours race around Spa here at the Teleios Dome, where Kuda and Fidel tried sim racing for the first time. I think they finished 5th. They finished mid-pack in the Teleios Endurance Series on their first outing. They were driving the Ford Mustang. Kuda then returned for round 1 Australia last week. He had a strong showing again last week, but it definitely wasn't top of the times quick, especially against Artur Dodonka and Karim Zuhur. So a big, big improvement for Kuda today, but Artur Dodonka is only 1 tenth behind with Karim in 3rd. I wonder if he was sandbagging. I was watching his sim just now outside, and he was predicted a 35.7, which is a very, very quick time. And he is going to be tough to beat if that is true pace today. Andre Fisch has dug deep and found a little bit of time. It's a McLaren 1-2, a Ferrari 3-4-5-6-7, and a Mercedes 8. You can see the gravel trap on the exit of that final turn. If I'm honest, I've forgotten if that's there in real life, but I know after driving in practice that it's very easy to dip a wheel in that gravel and lose all your speed down the main straight as Artur Dodonka goes back to the top of the times with a 135.6 then. Kuda back down to 2nd. It's still a McLaren 1-2. Will we see a repeat of the real McLaren's race where both of them go off at some point? Let's not wish that upon anyone. Artur Dodonka, the wind in his sails after a first Group A podium finish last time out. Did get a time penalty in the main race last time out with contact with Nathan Pope. But it didn't matter because luckily the other drivers got penalties as well. So he held on to 3rd place. How's this for a close qualifying then in Group A? 4 minutes remaining, only a couple laps left for this first session. And Arta Dodonka still on fastest position right now, with Kareem just 1/10 behind and Kuda 3/10 behind. So your top three very, very close, which will definitely spice things up in the race, as we know that Kareem is no slouch when it comes to overtaking. And we do know that some of these drivers find themselves in incidents more often than not. Okay, with a couple minutes left of qualifying, just take a quick note of your sims, please, Group B. There's still 2 minutes left, but if you can make your way down to the side and get ready to go on. There's 2 minutes left. We'll put the racing back on the screen, but make a note of your number. Leo number 1, Jaden 2, Simone 3, Hamza 4, Josh 5, Abdul 7, Andre 8, and Ivan 9. If you can go line up downstairs and get ready for qualifying. Okay, so final lap then of qualifying. The time is up. So Group B, if you can be downstairs ready and waiting now. We're going to end the session very shortly. It's Arta Dodonka, the man to beat. Kareem in second. Kuda currently in third, with Andre Fisch Mansour, Emil, Essa and Mohammed rounding off the grid so far. Where are you going to slot in? Or will we see a late improvement before the checkered flag falls? I can see green on Kuda's screen. I think I can see green on Kareem's screen as well. This is the final attempt. Kareem currently going into the snail corner at the back, going onto the back straight. This is Artur Dodonka going round the second to last corner, heading towards the final turn. Can he improve on his fastest lap? As he chucks it into the left-hander, dips a wheel on the gravel, goes across the line. It's a 1:35.6. Can he improve? It's a 1:35.8. The session comes to a close. There we go. You can see the sims then for Group B back on the screen, ready to swap over immediately. Well done, everybody. Group A, you can come out and rest now whilst Group B get in the sims. Okay, Group B on track. Screen will be coming on shortly. 3 minutes practice to test the sims as usual. Everybody has to try, or gets to try, not has to, gets to try a different sim throughout the day, throughout the season. So they just check that the settings are to their liking. No view can be changed. The field of view is fixed for all drivers in all the cars. Just to make it a little bit fairer. We don't want any T-cam drivers. Optimal realism where they're sat in the cockpit. And we've got a nice mix of cars out there today then, with Leo in a Ferrari, Jaden in a McLaren, Simone in a Kik Sauber, Hamza in the Red Bull, Josh in the Racing Bulls, Abdul Hadi in a Red Bull, and Andre in a McLaren, and Ivan in the Aston Martin that you can see on your screens now in the James Bond Aston Martin green. Just 1 minute remains of practice. And it looks like no hands are going up, so they must be comfortable by now, and then we'll head straight into the qualifying session. Very, very easy to spot Simone on track in the Kick-Sauber, the black and lime green vehicle. Who's just joining us online, welcome to round 2 of season 2 of the virtual Grand Prix here at the Teleios Dome in Dubai, production city. We've got a showroom filled with simulators. We have the final lap of practice coming up now. Then they're straight in to qualifying. So the 15 minutes begins now. Where will people slot in? I'm going to come out of my little box to come and have a look at the lap times from the last session. Okay, let's have a look then at this second qualifying phase. Get away from the speaker so that doesn't happen again. So straight in with a 1:35.752 for Leonard in the Ferrari. That means he's currently second fastest by 0.03 of a second. He's beaten Kareem Zuhor by 0.003. So Leo slots in to second place overall. Simone currently second in this group. He's 3.7 seconds back. That'll be a 1:39.4. That puts him in 8th place overall behind Essa Al-Hamadi and Emil Nasser. So the second fastest so far in this group is just behind Essa and Emil. I wonder, just thinking about the teams and the cars that have been picked so far in these qualifying sessions. As I said, round 1 was filled with Ferraris, the odd McLaren. This week we've got a nice variety of cars chosen, but we're only 2 rounds in, so which cars are the lonely cars that never get picked? So far we have seen no Williams, we've seen no Haas F1 team. Will anyone pick them for round 3? I don't know. Williams, no Haas, no Alpine also. We haven't seen those cars on the grid. Today we see a Kick Sauber and a Racing Ball. Aston Martin, McLaren, Red Bull. Oh, Simone all over the grass there, side by side with another driver. There's Ivan and the Racing Bulls of Josh. Josh currently in 7th with no valid lap time, but he's trying as he races hard against the Aston Martin of Ivan. But DRS open for Ivan, but it doesn't look like Josh has DRS open. Oh, now he's opened it, and then it shuts again towards the end of the straight. Andre in the McLaren into the braking zone of the second to last corner. Big lock up into the tight first gear hairpin at the back of the circuit. You can see the track map in the right hand side. It's a tricky track, and Josh has put his first time on the board then. It's a 2.3 second gap to Leo, but the Racing Bulls up in second place. 2.3 seconds, that means he's done, I think, a 1:38, if my maths is correct. That puts him ahead of Essa Al-Hamadi, but behind Emil Nasser right now. Still waiting for Leo to improve. You can expect all the drivers from second downwards to improve. It looks like Leo is 4/10 up currently. That would put him on pole position if he can complete this lap. It looks like he might do it. Here he goes across the line then, and Leonard goes a 1:35.1. That is pole position secure unless someone in this session can beat him, but he's got 8 minutes to try and go even quicker in a blistering lap time with a 35.1. Very, very quick. I can tell you that 34s are possible. From driving the circuit yesterday, 34.7 is possible out there for sure. Maybe even a little bit quicker, but you have to get everything precise, everything correct, every apex, your mid-corner speed. This track, very technical. And looking forward to the Grand Prix this weekend to seeing how the real drivers tackle this. Who's going to come out on top in the real world? McLarens, are they still going to be quick? Red Bull, Ferrari, Kareem, you're looking shocked. Is it because of Leo's lap time?
No, just because of your looks, man.
Oh, thank you very much. You don't often get compliments on a live stream for everyone watching at home. I'll take that. The 1:35.1, it's only 6/10. Who got pole position in Australia? Nathan. 0 point something, but you won.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. So, inshallah, from 3rd place today, what can you do?
Alright, I didn't understand.
From 3rd place today, what can you do?
Inshallah khair, bro.
Oh, it's a tricky track. If you can stay close at the start, Kareem, anything can happen. But don't forget you got sprint races first. That's going to be fun. Arta Dodonka is here. You're currently 2nd place, Arta. How do you feel?
Good, just like focus on the start.
Just focus on the start. Okay, okay. Okay. Look how relaxed Leo is. Look, he's just done. What if someone beats you, Leo? You want an interview in the car? He said, let's go, I'm sure. He's got 6 minutes left of qualifying. This reminds me of one of the drivers last year that had this level of confidence. So, 35.1, you're happy with that lap time?
Is a 34 possible? Maybe. As of now, very happy with the time. Right now I kind of did bin it, so I'm just trying to cool down the tires so I can maybe go for one more push. But overall, I am stoked with this lap.
34.7s are possible. Do you think you can do it?
Not a 34.7, but 34.
34. Good luck. You've got 5 minutes. Let's see if you can do it. He's already got pole position, so now he's in a competition with himself just for this session. But of course, the race is a completely different scenario. Racing for position. Josh has gone a little bit quicker as well, it seems. He's 1.4 seconds off of the fastest time in this session. That means he's done a 36.5. That puts him in 4th place overall. And he thought he was going to be last when he turned up late today. Kareem, you want me to stop speaking to the live stream for 1 second? Is it a private matter, a personal matter? To the stewards? Is it a steward report? Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Just been reminded about the lap records, which we mentioned last week in Australia. That wasn't what Kareem wanted, but Leo's the one that's pointed it out. So the lap record last season, just a reminder that last season we ran C4 tyres, a little bit slower, and we didn't have DRS, so now whoever gets pole positions this year are in a great position to set the lap records, the official lap records of the circuits. At the moment, Leo has the lap record with a 1:35.159. The lap record last year was held by Moeen Al-Siraj, vice champion of season 1. He did a 36.3 last season with slower tyres and no DRS. It was a very, very quick lap time. He took pole position. I qualified behind him. Okay, so where was I? Fastest lap 1:36.3 for last year by Moeen Al Siraj. Outqualified myself by 0.028 seconds. Yes, that's right. I remember it. Even though it was a whole year ago, I remember it like that because it hurt. It hurt me deep down that I lost a pole position. But even more so, I'll tell you why I remember it. Because on my last lap, I was up by 0.031 seconds. So technically, I could have beat it by 2 thousandths. But it's not excuses, Arta, because do you know what happened? A Williams parked it on the apex of the hairpin. But that does not take away from Moeen's skill. He was very quick, and I'm sure he would be competing up the top end today. Oh, more messages coming my way. Would you like to speak to the live stream first? Maybe next time. Maybe next time. So, Leonard, 16 seconds left of qualifying. We're about to head into a break here in the showroom. It's only 5 minutes, so if you need a drink, if you need the toilet, I recommend going. We might try and grab some of the drivers for a quick interview on the camera just as a test. So a 5-minute break, then the lineup for Group B will come up on the screen after 5 minutes, and we will head straight into the sprint race and the main race. Okay, the timer is on the screen. Well done, Group B. They'll be jumping out the sims now. And 5 minutes has begun. We'll be right back with the racing action. Don't get out in between. Enjoy it. There is race B. It's Emil on pole position, starting last in the sprint. Essa, Abdul, Jaden, Hamza, Ivan, Andre, and Mohammed. That is your Group B. Go down into your sims. Let's get ready. Practice time. Reverse sprint race, 3 laps. Main race, 11 laps. And enjoy yourselves. Keep it clean into turn 1. The sprint race is going to be very interesting. Okay, heading into the first sprint race ever. And it's going to be 3 laps of absolute carnage. Reverse grid. Okay, so Mohammed on pole position, Andre in second, Ivan third, Hamza fourth, Jaden, Abdul, Essa and Emil. Reverse grid. And away they go then. Mohammed gets a good getaway in the Mercedes. Down towards turn 1, swoops in towards, and the Red Bull of Hamza comes flying down. Mohammed gets spun round on the exit. Of the first corner. And it looks like it might be Essa and Hamza then leading the way. So Hamza leads then from mid-pack. Essa in second with Abdul Hadi in third. Jaden, Emil, Mohammed, Andre and Ivan. So this is a good start for the first sprint race then of the season. Essa Al-Hamadi in second place in the Ferrari. Hamza leads in the Red Bulls. We had a little bit of a crash for Mohammed, who started on pole position in this sprint race. Ivan 7th. Andre currently in 6th with Jaden in 5th place. Emil. Here is Emil Nasser, probably one of the, I think he starts on pole position in the main race. So he started this race in last. He's currently in 4th. Down the main straight they go, and Essa is closing in on the leader of Hamza then on this sprint race. They're coming to the end of the first lap now, second to last corner. You might have thought 3 laps is a very short race, but it might be a tough job for these guys to hold on. You never know what's going to happen. In the first sprint race of the season, Hamza sets the fastest lap as he crosses the line then. He might be extending the gap now, but all eyes are on Essa then as they come through into turn 1. You can see long right-hander, gets it turned in and now into a sharp left, and he has to accelerate out of this corner, and then behind him he's got Abdul Hadi as well, who's trying to close in and see through the smoke as they pull away from the left-hander of turn 3. In towards turn 4 then. Essa Al-Hamadi on the brakes, gets it turned into the apex nicely. Just 8/10 back, pulls away to a second, does Hamza. He might be out of DRS range now. Remember, they do have DRS. I think it is activated on this lap. If it's not on this lap, it will be the next for sure as he closes in into the right-hander, down into the gears, into the long left-hander now. Not making any mistakes. We're on board with Essa Al-Hamadi in P2, chasing down Hamza in the Red Bull. Abdul Hadi currently in 3rd. Jaden in the McLaren has got some clear track in front of him, but your top 3 looking very close together as they exit on the straight. We're back on board with Essa Al-Hamadi then, who's been quicker through sector 2. Down the back straight they go. He should have DRS. If we look behind him, will he open the DRS flap? Yes, he does. He does have DRS. Essa Al-Hamadi down the main straight, comes towards the hairpin. He goes towards the outside as Hamza defends. Late on the brakes on the outside of the corner, gets a switchback, turns in. Can he get a good exit? They're side by side on the exit. Essa Al-Hamadi going for the lead on the outside of the final turn, slots back behind Hamza as they go down the main straight, and now look, he opens DRS once again. Down towards turn 1 then they go into the straight. He goes down towards the inside. Essa Al-Hamadi takes the lead then. 3 laps, the 3rd lap, we're on the final lap of the sprint for Hamza. Round the outside, can he get it stuck in? No, I think he's done it, there's contact. Essa Al-Hamadi's round, can he get going again? He drives in front of Abdul Hadi, who might take the lead. Essa Al-Hamadi, if he can get back into it, he's going to have DRS on both of these drivers because they are all still together. But Abdul Hadi, the big winner of this sprint race so far, as Hamza shoots down the inside, makes contact with the other Red Bull driver. Hamza needs to be careful here as he's making contact left, right and centre at the moment. He retakes the lead for the sprint race. Remember, this has no effect on the main race tonight. The main race qualifying order remains the same, as Essa Al Hamadi nearly made contact with Abdul Hadi there on that middle sector, and I think Hamza spun by himself. Hamza round and dropped down the order. Now it's for Essa Al Hamadi to take against Abdul Hadi into the final sector. Gets a switchback. Can he get the exit? He's going to have DRS as he exits the third to last corner even. And now he's going to have a nice long straight and DRS, but they need to be careful as they weave to the inside. Essa Al Hamadi to the outside, gets DRS, the rear wing opens. And now he's going to have an extra top speed, but he's going to be on the outside for the hairpin. He swoops towards the inside. Can he defend it? Is he going to get outbroke by Abdul Hadi? There's no contact. Essa turns in. He's going to take the victory here if he can just keep it together through the final turn. Abdul Hadi then doesn't make contact. Essa Al Hamadi comes round the final turn and wins the sprint race here for China. Abdul Hadi in second, and Hamza, after a self-mistake, comes home in third. Jaden will bring it home in fourth in the McLaren. And then Andre, Ivan, Mohammed and Emil in 8th place. Not sure what happened to Emil during that race. It was so close at the front, we didn't get to see. Probably contact in the mid-pack somewhere. But now the drivers will stay in the sims and get ready for the 11-lap main race. Okay, so going straight into the main race then, please jump in your sims if you've got out. Okay, the main race then, the lights are out and away they go. Emil starts at the front this time, but I think Essa Al Hamadi has already gained the lead down the inside towards turn one. It's going to be an impressive drive if he can win 2 for 2. There's contact as 2 of the McLarens go off and one of the Aston follows, and then Emil makes contact with the Red Bull of Abdul Hadi, and then they exit turn 3 and away they go. So turn 1 will definitely be rewatched by the stewards throughout this day. But now look at Emil around the outside of Abdul Hadi, then into this hairpin corner. Can he keep it together and try and get a podium here in the B final? He takes P2, great move on the exit of turn 5. Down through the sweeping corners now. Abdul Hadi will be in the dirty air. He won't be able to do much through there. Ivan in the Aston Martin is in P4. So now Emil is going to try and chase down Essa Al Hamadi, who had the perfect start. He's had a good sprint race, and now he's having the perfect B final race so far as he pulls away from the cars behind. But we know Emil's got the pace here in the other Ferrari. Can he close him down? Abdul Hadi in third is just behind as they go onto the main straight. We're going towards lap 2 now. The main race a little bit longer than the sprint race. Sprint race is tending to be 1/3 of the length of the main race, which works out about right. So as they come to end the first lap now, let's have a look at the Aston Martin. We haven't seen an Aston Martin much today as Essa takes the fastest lap, 1:40.3. Pulls a 1.3 second gap on the first lap then, but it's very, very close. Can Emil get close to, oh, look at that, big snap into turn 1 as he chucks it into the first corner. Flat out is the turn 1 apex there, and then they get on the brakes and turning at the same time. It's very, very difficult turn to get right. And there you go, you can see now what it looks like on board from the drivers. I hope no one gets motion sick, but now you can see Emil going through the gears, and watch this corner, flat out left-hander it should be in 6th gear, into the left. Down the gears, trying to keep it tight to the right, over to the right-hand side, down into 3rd is my advice through here. And then down through the double left and now onto the back straight. Emil just outside of DRS range, but the detection zone is into this next corner. So can he close in on the braking zone here? We're on board with Emil in 2nd place, and I think he's in. It's 4/10 the gap there as they went through that final turn. Emil Nasser is going to have DRS then as they go onto the back straight. Keep an eye on Esser Al Hamadi. Here they go, down the back straight towards the hairpin of turn 14, I think it is. Down they go. 9 laps remaining after this. We're on lap 2 of 11. It's a long race. The ring open. He thinks better of it. Patience shown by Emil there, and that's probably for the best, to be honest. He's got plenty of time. He's got a 2-second gap to the Red Bull behind of Abdul Hadi in 3rd, and he looks like he's got the patience and the what am I trying to say here? The pace, that's the word I was looking for, to get this done cleanly. As DRS opens down towards turn 1 then, the 2 Ferraris enter the apex of turn 1 into 2, a tightening right-hander down the hill in towards 3. This is where the contacts have been made for most of the drivers. Goes all over the curb, probably losing a bit of time there. There's no DRS on this straight on the track, so now they're going down towards turn 4. Emil still there within range, pulling away from Abdul Hadi. The gaps behind looking like they've extended. And I think the other closest fight will be Ivan and... Sorry, Andre and Jaden look pretty close, but maybe Ivan and Hamza as well. Okay, so we saw some contact there between the Aston and the Red Bull of Hamza, I believe. You can see the smoke of the leaders up the road, so we've got some fighting. But let's go back to the leaders then, Essa and Emil. The 2 Ferraris out front, round the final turn. They look a bit closer than last time as the rear wing opens of Emil's car. He sets another fastest lap there. In 2nd place, he goes down the inside in towards turn 1. Throws it in, and I think, oh, gets another snap on the turn in there. On the right-hander in towards turn 2. Now watch the apex of 3, and I think he's done it. Emil then safely through into the lead. Essa Al Hamadi still in P2 and still right there. Can Essa keep a cool head, stay in the DRS range, and see if he can get that move done back on the main straight? They've got a 3-second gap to Abdul Hadi in 3rd in the other Red Bull. Hamza trying to close in for another late race podium, just like he did last week in Australia. Ivan might be putting pressure under Hamza very shortly in the Aston Martin and the Red Bull. There's only a couple of tenths between them. Jaden and Andre quite far, and then Mohammed in 8th place currently in the Mercedes. We'll give Mohammed some screen time. Here he is in towards turn 1 in P8. It's good to see, like I said earlier, some different cars out on track today. So the Mercedes in 8th place, but Ivan looks like he's closing down Hamza here. After they made a little bit of contact. Essa is still within DRS of Emil also. They're on the back straight, but it looks like Emil is actually pulling away on the back straight. And now it closes, so DRS open for Essa, but let's keep an eye on these two. As we see, I'm keeping an eye on the interviews. We've got two fights here. Look at that, Ivan. He's going to open the rear wing, and the Aston Martin goes down the inside then of the Red Bull. Ivan retakes P4 from Hamza. These two are going to be fighting too much, I think, as Emil sets the fastest lap yet again. It's a 37.2. Now he's showing the pace. So the sprint race, a little bit of a nightmare, but the main race is going very well for the young Ferrari fan out front. Esser Al-Hamadi, though, still within range, not letting him breathe too much. Abdul Hadi now only a second and a half back from second, so he's trying to close in as well, as we see Ivan and Hamza in fourth and fifth. Oh, Ivan gets a big rear slide into turn one in the Aston Martin, and now that contact is a contact again. They slide around turn two. Ivan saves it, and then Hamza gets the better exit. If just from first viewing, I won't make a judgment on it, but from first viewing, I'd say that was because of Ivan, to be honest, after losing it on the grass. No malice there compared to the earlier crashes we saw in the sprint race. But let's have a look at your leaders again then. This is Emil out front, and you can see Esser Al-Hamadi in second place, going all over the curb on the exit. The green stuff on the outside of the circuit is slippery, so extending is not really a gain around here, to be honest. Insider tips. I think most of this track actually outside the white lines is slower, which is what you want from most of the circuits on the F1 calendar, in my opinion. No one can try and take advantage. As soon as they touch the curb and they go a little bit wide, they lose time, which is what should happen. But of course, safety, a big priority in F1 these days. In the virtual world, not needed. You can see the gravel trap on the outside of the final turn as Emil, yet again, sets another fastest lap. This is like that Oprah meme where Emil is just dealing out fastest lap after fastest lap. You get a fastest lap. Ahmed, you get a fastest lap. Josh, you get a fastest lap. I see you in the audience. I know you can hear me a little bit. To the live viewers out there. They're looking around like they can't see me. Little do they know I'm behind them. Yes, in the ceiling, Ahmed, that's where I am. Anyway, back to the race. Lap 6 out of 11. Halfway now, 2 seconds the gap between Emil. Oh, Emil, he spun by himself. Emil has gone round. Just as the race was about to settle down, and Abdul Hadi is going to take second place. Emil then with another mistake. And Abdul Hadi just gets in front, but I think Emil's going to get the DRS, and Esser Al-Hamadi takes the lead again, just as the race was about to settle. Okay, so a couple laps remaining then of the B final race. And Emil is back within DRS range of Abdul Hadi and Essa Al Hamadi in complete control. Race so far. And we see, oh, look at that. Abdul Hadi runs Emil off the circuit. That'll definitely be investigated, I believe, as one of the McLarens moves out the way. They go on to the main straight. And will Emil get it back? As we see weaving from Abdul Hadi, goes down the inside then. Emil Nasser round down the inside of turn 1. And I think it's sorted, but let's have a look at turn 3. Is there going to be more contact? There is from Abdul Hadi, and then Emil has nowhere to go, and he's round. And now look, but I think they've got enough of a gap to the Aston Martin of Ivan for it to be fine. Okay, so Abdul Hadi instructed by race control to give the position back or receive a penalty, and he has done so. Gave a little bit too much space back, I think. Oh, Andre off, straight on in the gravel into the wall. So Essa El Hamadi, Hamza round as well. What is going on here? We got people off all over the shop in the B race. So what's happened to Hamza? I think Ivan's now up in a podium position. We're on the final lap of the race of the B final. Here is your race leader on the final lap, Essa Al Hamadi in the Ferrari for the B final. Coming round the third to last corner onto the main straight. Just get ready, A final, because you'll be jumping straight into sims. So those of you still racing, just make sure you're watching. But Esser Al-Hamadi then round the second to last corner. Here he comes, round the final turn. He's going to make it 2 for 2. Esser Al-Hamadi wins both the sprint race and the main race of the B final then. And Emil will be coming around that corner 14 seconds later, 13 seconds later in the Ferrari. There he is in the background with Emil in second place, taking the fastest lap. Esser pulls over, comes to a stop. Emil crosses the line, and in third place, would he have expected it? I'm not sure. It's Ivan in the Aston Martin after a strong showing from Hamza and Abdul Hadi in both of the Red Bulls. Ivan comes around the final turn then in the Aston Martin and brings it home in third place. A final drivers, if you can get yourselves ready, you are about to go in. The lineup will be coming up on the screen for B final drivers. A round of applause then as they get out the sims, and A final drivers, make your way down and get yourselves ready. Okay, we're on the grid for the sprint race. Reverse grid, 3-lap race, and it's Mansour on pole position. Andre Fisch second, Josh in third, Simone fourth, Kuda, Kareem, Arthur and Leonard. And away they go then down towards turn one. Now we can see some different cars. Racing Bulls, oh, it's 3-4 wide there at the back. And already contact with Mansour and Andre Fisch, and they're both down to the back already. The two Ferraris round, and Josh and Simone inherit the lead. And here they are then, Simone and Josh side by side down towards the right-hander. Simone might send it down the inside, nearly makes contact with the rear of the Racing Bull, and away they go then. Lap 1 of 3 begins. Josh has the inside line, moves over on Simone there in the kick Sauber. Into the right-hander they go now. Who's going to come out faster? It's going to be a tricky corner, this next left-hander, when they're so close together. DRS won't be active on this lap. This is lap 1 of the A final sprint race, and away we go, and the action begins again already. But Simone is right on the tail of Josh here, and Kareem is already up into third place with Arthur and Kuda in fourth and fifth. Fisch, Leonard and Mansour at the back. So Leo not capitalizing on the start, taking it easy. But remember, the sprint race does not affect your main race, so of course they're going to go for it, and Josh defends already down the back straight, goes back to the racing line. Simone looks down to the inside, backs out of it, looks again down the inside into the hairpin, late break in. Josh, I think, gives him the room. Can he get the switchback and the good exit? Josh does get an amazing switchback, gets the position back. Oh, he's going to look down the inside of the final turn. Good, he backs out of it. That's not an overtaken corner for sure. But now down, oh, McLaren in the background off. That's Arthur Dodonka out of the sprint race for sure, because he hit the wall hard, just like Alex Albon back in the day. Same point, definitely out of this race. And now look at Kareem around the outside of Simone Shifu there, in towards turn 2. Simone's going to have to start defending as well as attacking here as your top 3 back to back. Round turn 3 they go, and now they've got a short straight through 4 down towards the hairpin of 5, and the Racing Bulls car of Josh still leads the way into the turn 5 hairpin. The kick Sauber right behind with Kareem in third place in towards the flat out left-hander. And look, keep an eye on Kareem. DRS is going to be activated very soon, and they're all within DRS range of each other, so it's going to be a nice little train with the McLaren of Kuda sitting in 4th place and Andre Fisch climbing his way back up. But we're focusing on your top 3. Simone, 2nd place. Kareem hunting him down, who's got the pace, but where has Kareem gone? He's dropped down the order. Has he spun? The Ferrari's disappeared. Where has Kareem gone? He's dropped down the order into P5, and I think there he is. He's still in the race, and he's ruined it, but Simone is now within 7/10 of the Racing Bull up front. They're on the main straight. Kuda inherits 3rd place then with Andre, Kareem, Leonard. All the Ferraris are at the back. It's like Australia all over again at the back end of the points. But look at Simone on the brakes in towards the hairpin, closes in, stays behind. Was there a little bit of contact? I think so, as Josh defends the final corner. Oh, Simone looks down the inside again. That's just intimidation tactics here from the kick Sauber. Looking down the inside of that corner is never going to work, and it will definitely guarantee contact for sure. But he's got DRS now down towards turn 1. The McLaren on the racing line as it comes out the pits of Arthur Dodonka in towards the first corner. Now we're on lap 3, the final lap of the sprint race. I think this is a nice addition, if I do say so myself, but it is definitely providing the entertainment here, even though it doesn't affect the main championship. Simone still closing in. Will he make a desperate move to try and get victory here as they enter turn 5 yet again, as they exit through the smoke down towards the flat out corner? Left hand, full speed, 6th gear. Simone Shifu in the kick Sauber, coming around, chasing down the Racing Bulls of Josh Lundell here in towards the double left. All he's got to do is keep it together, but he can't pull away 6/10 in this one sector. Simone's going to have DRS on this final lap. DRS, he's going to hate it. Josh is going to hate DRS from this race onwards, but he turns into the corner, in towards the snail. Simone gets a better exit, I think, out of this corner. He's already going to get the run before opening the rear wing here. Onto the back straight they go, and DRS is absolutely going to swamp Josh here. Simone in the kick Sauber then, down the back straight. goes towards the outside, opens the rear wing. Look at the McLarens behind also. McLaren and Ferrari side by side. No, two McLarens. Artur Dodonka being lapped. Simone around the outside gets the lead, and I think he's going to take it on the last lap then, down towards the final turn. Simone in the kick Sauber wins the sprint race as they come round the final corner, and Josh brings it home in second place, with Kuda closing in then and getting a sprint race podium, and the fastest lap going to Leonard there at the end of 36.8. Sprint race is over, straight on to the 11-lap main race then. I wonder if it's going to be that exciting. Okay, main race time. Okay, here we go, and away they go then. Leonard is off the grid very nicely in pole position. Down in towards turn one, then he defends the inside straight away. He's under pressure from Artur Dodonka in towards turn two. You've got the McLaren behind there of Kareem getting contact from the Racing Bulls behind, and I think Kuda is up into third place then after the start, and they all get away down towards turn five very nicely. And look at Leo's, followed by the two McLarens. Artur Dodonka under pressure from Kuda, and the two Ferraris of Mansour and Kareem make contact, goes round the outside. Kareem holds it, tries to stay safe in towards the flat out left, whilst the Racing Bulls car of Josh tries to hold on through this fast section into the dirty air. I think Mansour got a bit of a slide into the right-hander, and Josh takes advantage. Can the Racing Bull car go around the outside? They're side by side, there's contact. Mansour and Josh slide through in towards that section, and then up ahead it's Kareem and Kuda, I think, going at it for third place. In towards the left-hander they go, now into the right, onto the back straight, whilst Leo and Arthur are trying to drive away down onto the main straight. Look at the gap that Leo has now from Artur Dodonka. Kuda will be under pressure from the Ferrari of Kareem here as they go down the main straight. Goes to the inside, does Kareem. Down the inside, down towards the hairpin. There's no DRS yet, so this is just a straight fight between the Ferrari and the McLaren, or on the exit of the final turn, who gets the better exit. And it looks like Kareem exits in third place with Kuda in fourth. Arthur holding on to second, and I think it looks like Kareem might now be putting pressure on Dodonka. Mansour is now ahead of Josh, whilst Andre Fisch is closing in on Josh in the Racing Bull, down towards turn 1. He's on the outside, bounces over the curb, swoops into the turn 1 apex, can't get it done there. Simone Sifu, sprint race winner, currently in last place in the Kick Sauber. But on they go with the Racing Bulls then, chasing down the Ferraris and the McLarens at the front. Look at this fight, it's Kuda and Arthur side by side as Karim has taken second place. The two McLarens then continue their fight for the podium position. What can Kuda do? He's on his third his third sim race ever, and he's putting pressure in the A final podium. He's driving the McLaren, the fastest car of 2025. All the cars are even though here in the VGP Season 2 at the Teleios Dome. Of course, it's open to everyone and all levels of ability. If you're watching and want to get involved, then please do get in contact with the girls on reception. Go onto the website and you can book whenever you need to. The next race will be in 2 weeks' time. There's a 1 week break before heading to a triple header of Japan, Bahrain and Jeddah. A lot of tricky tracks coming up. Japan, very, very much a driver's circuit, but right now we're in China, we're in Shanghai, and there's a spin there for the McLaren. It's Arthur Dodonka. He's round at the hairpin, and Kuda takes third. Was there contact in the smoke? Arthur goes down to 6th. Leonard sets another fastest lap in with a 36.2. He's in the lead. Oh, there's more contact. Arthur's round, and Simone dodges it like an absolute weapon in the Kick Sauber, but down the inside goes the Ferrari of Mansour into turn 1. He goes on the grass though. Kuda comes back through, but now Mansour is on the tighter line for turn 3. There's more contact. The McLaren and the Ferrari are side by side. There's smoke up ahead. They're budging. They're shoulder barging down towards turn 5. Kuda on the outside. Mansour on the inside. The aggressive youth versus the experience of real driving, and it looks like Mansour this time is going to come out on top whilst Kuda lives to fight another day, but he's on the inside of the flat out left, backs out of it, stays behind. He should just get DRS now and wait for it on the straight, to be honest, as he gets a bit of a snap on the dirty air through the fast left-hander. But now it's a Ferrari 1, 2, 3 then. Leo, Karim, Mansour just up the road, but we've got Kuda chasing down Mansour for third place. Josh is now in 5th by keeping his nose clean, but keep an eye on Arthur because he's got the pace and the time to be able to chase back up the order and try and get, maybe not a podium, but he can definitely get to the top 4, which will help him in the overall championship, as he did finish 3rd last time out. The top 12 races count during this Formula 1 season. We are running all 24 races here for the VGP. However, your best 12 count, so it does allow for some poor results, some drop rounds, or maybe some people go on holiday and can't do the full season. This is fine. As Leonard sets another fastest lap, it's a 36.0 then for Leo out front, with a 4.4 second lead from Karim in second place. The DRS is open for Kuda down towards turn 1, but he's not close enough to make any gains there down towards the right-hander. In towards, look at the wide line that Mansour takes into 2. It's very, very much opening up to danger there as they go into that corner. Josh in 5th, might be coming under pressure from Andre soon, although there's something happening back here. I think Andre's dropped down the order. Arthur and Andre. Arthur's round again. I wonder if he made contact with those drivers there. Andre Fisch carries on, Simone carries on. Okay, so Kuda's rear wing open then, and look at Mansour weaving down the straight. That'll probably be looked at as well by the stewards, as he moved more than once on the straight line, but I think he's gone deep in the hairpin. He has, he's outbroke himself as a result of the weaving there, and Kuda goes through into P3. For anyone that drives, for anyone watching that is a racing driver or has driven in the past, you'll know that Kuda will have a smile on his face. As soon as you see the driver in front of you who's been doing something a little bit naughty, lock up and go straight on. you just enjoy it. You just have a little bit of a smirk and carry on. But he's not out of the woods yet, is Kuda. He's got Mansour just behind him still and within DRS range. Your leaders, here's Leo entering turn 5. I think Kareem, although no fastest laps, is looking like he might have some pace. 36.2 was his last lap. 36.2 for Leo as well. So they're matching each other right now. 36.3 for Kuda is also doing leader's pace. So Kuda is having a very, very strong race here. Mansour just making a small mistake. But look at the racing balls then of Josh in P5. He's a little bit too far back to join the fight up front. Simone in the Sauber still well within the race. Andre Fisch in 7th and Arta P8. So you can see here Arta de Donker back on the tail of Andre Fisch. And we're approaching the halfway phase of this race. And we've got a couple of pairs out on track then. Leo and Kareem staying at around 3 seconds, but Kuda and Mansour are still bumper to bumper. But look at Arta de Donker then. DRS open on the back straight. Is he going to go for the move? He does. Goes late on the brakes, down the inside. Fisch sees it coming. Tries to get the switch back. Just comes round into the final corner. Into the left. And I think now Fisch might have DRS. So keep an eye on his rear wing. They does. Look, and they go down the main straight then. Can he get the move back down the inside? Oh, he changes his mind. Went towards the outside. In towards turn 1 again. Takes a nice tidy line. Both of them coming through cleanly. Andre Fisch then almost getting the move done. If he can just hold on within a second, he'll stay in the DRS zone for the rest of this lap. We are now on lap 6 out of 11 of this Chinese Grand Prix. Kareem holds on to second place. He's still doing 1:36.4. Leonard did a 36.4 also, so they're still matching times. 38.0 for Kuda on the last lap, so he lost a bit of pace. Maybe a small slide or a mistake on the last lap round. And Mansour still within a second, so he's still within that DRS range. I think Josh might be closing in on this little fight in 5th place. His last lap was a 37.6, so about half a second gained for the racing ball, but he's also trying to pull away from the car behind. He's trying to close in on the leaders. Simone Shifu then well within DRS range as they go down towards the hairpin. Mansour and Kuda just exit that corner. And they're all pretty much on the same point of the track, but look at these two side by side again down towards the final turn. It's Josh versus Simone for P5, and Josh has somehow, does he have DRS as well? No, he doesn't. It's Simone that gets the DRS then down towards turn 1. Oh, he chucks it down the inside, but oh, big slide there for Josh on the brakes. Oh, can he hold it? He spins, Josh. Unfortunately, he's going to come back onto the path of Arta de Donker. Can he get back on the track and chase down the drivers in front? Just got all sorts of out of shape, and to be honest, the corner does indeed invite that mistake. It's a tricky corner to get right. Okay, so the leaders have definitely closed their gap as well, because Kareem is now still 3.5 seconds, so it's fluctuating depending on whereabouts on the track they are. 36.1 for Leo, 36.3 for Kareem. Kuda and Mansour still in the same positions as before. There's the kick Sauber in the distance in the background. And what can Josh do? Can he climb back up the order after holding P5 for so long in this race? There's the Racing Bulls car. We're on lap 7 of 11, and he's behind Andre Fisch right now, who's currently in P7. And Kareem sets the fastest lap with a 1:35.7. That's your second place driver. It's a quick race time, that is for sure. And the gap closing now then. on your leader, 1:35.7. What did Leo do on that lap? It was a 36.4, so that's a 6/10 gain. The gap would have closed a lot. If he can keep doing that, we're going to see a fight for the lead as well as third place, as well as 8th place, I think, is still up for grabs with these guys fighting. Josh is closing in on Andre. I think Arta might be safe now as he pulls away from the two cars behind, the Ferrari and the Racing Bulls. Simone in a little bit of no man's land here in the Kick Sauber now in 5th place by himself. And Kuda has absolutely settled down in terms of getting his head down and consistently putting in laps. And he seems to have now pulled out of DRS range from Mansour in 4th place. But Kareem and Leo, this fight I do not think is quite just over yet. 2.3 seconds as they exit onto the final turn this time. So you can see the gain that Kareem got on that last lap. Where is he gaining that time? We're focusing on Kareem now. He's not within DRS range. The gap is 3.3, and has he spun, or is that just a lock-up? The gap is 3.3 when they were on the back straight. And now they enter the final turn, and I think the gap remains the same. What's the lap time going to be this time? It's 2.8 seconds, 2.9, 3 seconds when they cross the line, 36.4 versus 36.0. Kareem is going faster, but he's only got 2 laps remaining. And now look at Mansour and Kuda. DRS range definitely for the Ferrari as they go into turn 1, but he slides round turn 1 just like the Racing Bulls car of Josh. Mansour nearly losing it, manages to hold on. Josh just lost the rear end. He couldn't quite hold it. He nearly saved it. Could have been the save of the day for sure, but now look at the Ferrari of Mansour then. Down towards turn 5. Into the right-hander. He's chasing down Kuda for a podium. Okay, so lap 9, going and approaching lap 10 now. Leo still leading the way. The gap fluctuating on and off for these guys. And it seems like the race settling down a little bit now in this late phase, but the gap when they cross the line, 35.9. Again, Kareem does a faster lap than Leo, but I think Leo is just cruising now, staying in control, not losing any time with slides. That's all he has to do. He's got enough of a gap. As soon as he touches one curve slightly wrong, then it could be all over. Kuda, can he get his first podium in sim racing ever? Or will Mansour make a very, very late dive in the next 2 laps? Try and claim it from him. The experienced sim racer Mansour recently passed his race license test, but Kuda in 3rd place after only 3 sim races ever. Bless you. Could be coming home in 3rd place and taking home a very nice little VGP trophy. Or have I put the commentator's curse on him as they enter the back straight? The gap remains the same between your top 2. I don't think Leo's going to come under pressure. Josh and Andre, the gap also remains the same. Arthur by himself in 6th place. Simone by himself in 5th. Okay, so 35.7, another fastest lap for Kareem. 8/10 the gap between your top guys. Somehow, is Leo now feeling the pressure as they enter the final lap? No, it extends again to be fair to Leo. It goes back to 2 seconds immediately through turn 1 and 2. He's very strong through the first sector, and then it closes again through. It's just fluctuating constantly. This is quite tense on a final lap here, because first and second could be within 1 second here as they enter the DRS zone, because it keeps fluctuating. And look at third and fourth also. Kuda versus Mansour. Can he pull away from the Ferrari driver with just half a lap to go? Here's your lead fight. Leonard versus Kareem, your championship leader versus second place. It's a direct swap here today. I think by the end of it, Kareem might still be leading the championship, but only by a point or two from Leo if this is the final result. Here they come then, down the back straight. And Kuda and Mansour very, very close also. Mansour will definitely get DRS. This is going to be tough for Kuda in the McLaren to keep now, as Mansour is going to open the DRS. But let's have a look at Leo coming around the second to last corner. I think he's going to do it. Leo, Kareem, and here's Kuda then on the back straight. I don't know what to watch. The DRS is open for the Ferrari into the braking zone of the hairpin. I think Kuda might have done enough, but Leo comes around the final corner to take victory here at China, with Kareem directly behind in second, and into the final corner comes Kuda. Then he manages to hold on. It's Leonard from Kareem, from Kuda in the McLaren is your podium for the A final, and Mansour, who put up a solid fight till the end, comes home in fourth. Simone in the kick Sauber in fifth, with the Donker topping back up to sixth place. Andre Fisch under pressure from Josh into the final turn. Who's going to come out on top? It's Andre Fisch, I think. DRS opens, but the line is too short, and there they go then. Andre in seventh, Josh in eighth overall out of the 17 drivers here today. And there we have it. We will be going to the podium very shortly. Give them a round of applause. That is your A final drivers. Let's get this sorted. I'll be coming down very shortly. Stay tuned.
Kuda.
Is the first time here?
Second time. He came first race. Yes.
You came also in the first.
He's
race.
good, but he didn't. He wasn't podium.
But I need to put.
Yes, for the live streaming, for YouTube. I'm good. Thank you. Second. CEO of Teleios.
Okay.
So
Also here.
yes, exactly.
Okay.
Oh, we need to be in the light.
Yes.
Both sinners, yes. 30 seconds, maximum 40 seconds.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the first timer on the podium, Kuda, with his McLaren. What a race. How it was?
Tough. I mean, I didn't expect much, but I had quite a tough battle with Arthur. Unfortunately, we had a bit of contact, but I tried to carry on pushing, you know, hold the McLaren name high. And we managed to get third, so which is an amazing achievement considering it's my second time competing as well as spending this much time on a simulator.
Absolutely, and you made also a great defending on Mansour, so congratulations and hope to see you at the next race.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
And now with the championship leader, with the McLaren t-shirt but the Ferrari car in the game, Karim, P2, how was this race?
Was very competitive, difficult at the same time. Had to remain very consistent, very difficult to actually drive in actually. But start of the race, tried to keep it safe, tried to maintain on track, got dive bombed a bit. Happens. Leader was 4 seconds away when I ended up being P2, USP 1. Closed the gap to 1.5 seconds, decent enough. Well, didn't have enough laps to close in the full gap, but was overall a good race and very difficult, especially if it's in China. Turn 1, turn 2, man. Those are, sector 1 is not easy.
Congratulations, and we can see that the championship battle between you and Leonard is already starting. So good luck for it, and see you in the next one. Good job. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the winner of this Chinese Virtual GP, Leonard. Congratulations. What a race. Pole position and winning this race, leading all the laps. Good job.
Yeah, well, today was a lot of mixed emotions. I came into the race super physically tired, so I didn't think I would get as high as a win. But in quali, I managed to end up getting the lap record of the whole circuit, so that was incredible. And my first ever pole position of the whole series, even from season 1. And I led the whole race. Towards the end, I was scuffing up a bit, but then I'm really happy to be back on the top step of the podium.
Congratulations, and congratulations also for the ever record in this Chinese track. And good luck for the championship battle with Karim. And enjoy this victory. See you at the next one.
Just give me 60 seconds, guys, and then we'll start the podium procedure. Yalla. Okay. If everyone can make their way down to the podium, we'll give out the medals and trophies for today's race. Get ready to give a round of applause. Not bad timing for an extra sprint race. So we'll start off with the B final. Everybody at the back, come closer. Mansour, Emil, come closer towards the podium. Come and support all the drivers. We'll start off with the B final. The fastest lap goes to, give a round of applause to Emil. He got a 1:37.0, so an extra point for Emil in the B final for getting the fastest lap. Well done. In third place, a round of applause, collecting the third place medal for Ivan in the Aston Martin. In second place, a round of applause for Emil in the Ferrari. And your winner of both races in the B final today, the loudest cheer please for Essa Al-Hamadi. And that is your B final podium. Give them one last round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen, for the China Grand Prix, your B final, first, second, and third. We'll move straight on to the A final, fastest lap then. A very quick race lap. A round of applause to Kareem with a 1:30. Okay, now on to the trophies then. Well done, Kareem, for the extra point. In third place. Now, this was a little bit tough on me as a steward, and I expected this later in the year, not so early on, but unfortunately, after a very early race contact with Artur Dodonka, Kuda, who had a very strong race, did get a 5-second penalty. So he does get knocked off the podium as Mansour was very, very close to him in the results. So give a round of applause in third place to Mansour. In second place, rapid pace towards the end of the race. Not quite a long enough race though for him to catch up to the lead. It's very close in the championship now after 2 rounds. A round of applause please to Kareem Zahor. And your winner for today then, dominant start to finish with a decent gap. A round of applause, please, in first place to Leo Fadi. And one last round of applause then to your China finalists. Congratulations. Kareem runs away from the party popper. That is your top 3. Thank you all once again for coming, all 17 drivers that took part. That's 2 successful first rounds to the season. We have 1 week break now. 1 week break before we head to the triple header of Japan, Bahrain and Jeddah. 3 VGPs in a row. So take the week off, enjoy, and hopefully we'll see all of you come back for Suzuka Circuit in 2 weeks' time. Thank you.